Hey everybody, and welcome to Tidbit Topic 2.
Chris and I were talking after recording the last episode of Breaking It Down, and as usual, our conversation turned to one of our favorite topics: food. We both love to eat, and as we walked out the door to grab some Thai, we landed on the obvious topic for Tidbit 2. That is there any science behind the adage, you are what you eat? Now, we all know that eating too much packs on the pounds, and that overindulging at Thanksgiving throws us into a food coma. And we all know that it's better to eat fewer processed foods and less refined sugar. A diet filled with processed, nutrient-poor foods doesn't give our bodies much to work with for repair and regeneration. It would be like trying to construct a building with popsicle sticks and rubber bands instead of steel girders, rivets, and gusset plates, for example. And as it turns out, like almost everything else in life, the explanation for the adage, you are what you eat, is just not that simple. There's a relatively new science that studies the microbiome, the organisms that live in the gut. It seems that we need these organisms to help process nutrients, make certain regulatory neurotransmitters, and to maintain a healthy mind. And this gives a whole new perspective as to how what we eat truly affects us physically and mentally. Most of you have probably heard of the Big Bang Theory, and it turns out that there was a kind of Big Bang analogy in gut development some several hundred million years ago, when, according to Dr. Emmerin Meyer, director of the Cure Digestive Diseases Research Center at UCLA, said it's believed that algae first entered the body of the hydra, a microscopic floating GI tube surrounded by nerve cells. So why are we talking about hydra? Oh no, not that one.
I don't want any part of that.
So, fun factoid, our GI tracts are not so terribly different from that organism. And here's where it gets a little bit trippy and science fiction-like. Through evolution, the microbes have not only learned to live in our gut, but have actually seemed to have hacked our nervous system to affect our brains. Our brains, in turn, have learned to send signals back to the microbiome. We have developed a brain-gut biofeedback axis and a symbiosis with our own unique gut microflora, and we each need the other to function optimally. Evidence is beginning to mount that, through interactions with the gut-brain axis, the gut microbiome can influence neural development, cognition, and behavior. It seems that the first 3 years of life are really important to the establishment of the default biome, the one seeded before and during birth. And not so coincidentally, that's the same time period critical to psychological and cognitive development. Animal studies have shown that maternal nutrition, the degree of stress during pregnancy, and early exposure to antibiotics alter the default biome. Now stay with me here. In addition, different microorganisms inhabit different parts of the gut. You can think of it as different neighborhoods in the same city. Just as different neighborhoods put off different vibes because of their unique demographic and unique societal influencers, the different microbial neighborhoods have different jobs, produce unique neurotransmitters and metabolites that affect our brains and gut differently. Each type of microbe may have different sensitivity to modifiers such as stress and antibiotics. As mentioned previously, but worth repeating, early evidence suggests that an imbalance in the gut microbiome can alter behavior. Animal models have suggested a link between alterations of the microbiome and anxiety and depression. And early studies with schizophrenics have implied that altering the microbiome may affect certain behaviors in these individuals. If proven true, this has tremendous implications for new types of therapeutic interventions in the future. We have also learned that animals raised in a germ-free environment exhibit substantially altered immune systems and metabolic functions. In addition, the disruption of the microbial community in humans seems to be associated with the development of a growing number of diseases. Where you can alter the microbial flora by changing your diet, you will always go back to your default biome if you are not consistent in the new diet pattern. Mounting evidence suggests that diets rich in plant-based foods are best to achieve the optimal gut-brain biofeedback axis milieu. Remember, This field of science is still in its infancy, so what we think now may change tomorrow. But for now, the study suggests that to keep your body and mind optimized, to keep your immune system healthy, and to minimize anxiety, you need to maintain that yin-yang balance with your new BFFs, your microbiome. And you can start doing this by eating well.
And this is Breaking It Down, tidbit number 2. You are what you eat. Dr. Sherry?
Until next time, this is Dr. Sherry reminding you to live each day with passion, compassion, and introspection.
We'll see you next time.
Till next time.